What did
I tell you, when you know a boy would be when it reaches where your person. You feel like your belly full.
Yes. You just have time in my belly like a chica. Pika down, magnum, pika down, pika.
On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype. We make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what one, a blessed and wonderful Friday evening to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now my peeps, you don't know how we do it over on this side. So we have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in a Jamaica. So watch this now my peeps, we're gonna kick it off with some stories coming out of the Kingston Western Police Division. Well, it seems as if your Honor start drop some 15 years for some gun charges. Yeah man. So the Kingston West Police Division has made a breakthrough in its ongoing fight against gun violence, with operations resulting in multiple convictions in court. These successes underscore the division's unwavering commitment to ensuring safer communities within its space. So those charged and convicted are as follows. A 26-year-old criminal element identified as Dennis Baker, said to be of a Sliping Road address. He was charged with being in possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. It is said that Barker was charged following a fatal knockings and clappings in Hannatown on the 7th of April 2023. The criminal element Barker was found guilty on the 30th of July 2024 and was sentenced to 16 years and 5 months imprisonment on each count, and it is to run concurrently. Yeah man. And he got his sentenced yesterday on December 24. The next criminal element will get dashed away by the judge has since been identified as 20-year-old Tavari Fairley. He's said to be from the 4th Street area in Trenchtown, that are Kingston 12. He was charged with unauthorized possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. So reports from the Denham Town Police would suggest that on September 13th of 2023, Fairley was accosted by the police at the intersection of 1st Street and West Road in Kingston 13. It is said that a firearm was retrieved from his waistband. He was found guilty of the offense on the 7th of November 2024 and was sentenced to 15 years imprisonment for the possession of prohibited weapon and life imprisonment for unauthorized possession of ammunition. His sentence is also to run concurrently. So with those sentences handed down to those two criminal elements, head of the division, that's Senior Superintendent of Police Michael Phipps, stated that these outcomes reflect our mandate to protect the citizens of the Kingston Western Police Division and to work in bringing the perpetrators to justice. And over there in the neighboring troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled St. Andrew South Police Division, they have released a very hefty list of criminal elements said to be wanted by them. Yeah man. Now that list consists of 24 wanted criminal elements. Now the criminal elements are listed as follows. The first one, Raheem Brown, otherwise known as Berger, said to be from the Crescent Road area in the St. Andrew South Police Division. He's wanted for some fatal knockings and clappings. The next criminal element has since been identified as Orlando Blake, otherwise known as Lando or Gazaman, said to be of a Crescent Road address in Kingston 11 and Walton Park Road in Kingston 13. He too is wanted for a series of fatal knockings and clappings. The next criminal element has since been identified as Zafan Swaby, otherwise known as Noah, said to be from Tavares Gardens in Kingston 11. He's also wanted for some fatal knockings and clappings. The other person has since been identified as Dean Smith, otherwise known as Mashidon, also of a Crescent Road address in Kingston 11. The next criminal element has since been identified as Imani Daly, otherwise known as GG, said to be of a Nelson Road address in Kingston 13. The next criminal element has since been identified as Sheldon Barnett. He's from a Whitfield Town address in Kingston 13. The next criminal element has since been identified as Stephen Jida Singh, otherwise known as Fresh X, said to be of a Kid Lane address in Kingston 13. The next criminal element has since been identified as Mark Curtis, otherwise known as Ada. He's from a Norway Close address in York Avenue in Kingston 11. The next criminal element has since been identified as Tevin Dakers, otherwise known as Evil Man, said to be of a Painland address in Kingston 13. The next criminal element has since been identified as Jamar Hilton, otherwise known as Jordan, said to be of a Mackay Lane address and also Painland. The next criminal element has since been identified as Tevin Gardner, otherwise known as Young Peng, said to be of a Coral 6-part address in Seaview Gardens. The next criminal element has since been identified as Courtney Ashley, otherwise known as Bloodstain. The next criminal element has since been identified as Ricardo Moody, otherwise known as Bloody Gun. He's from a triplane address in Moscow in Kingston 11. The next criminal element has since been identified as Romario Brown, otherwise known as Charlie. He too is from a triplane address in Moscow in Kingston 11. The next criminal element has since been identified as Rajay Sadler. He's from a Happy Grove address in Red Hills in St. Andrew. The next criminal element identified as Travis Vassell, otherwise known as Rue. He's from a Cockburn Lane address in Kingston 13. The next criminal element has since been identified as Mariana Simpson, otherwise known as Jawbone. He's said to be of a Bowens Road address and also a Maxfield Avenue address. The next criminal element has since been identified as Mark Bingham, otherwise known as Rasta, said to be of a Glen Road address in Kingston 13. The next criminal element has since been identified as Mark Harrison, otherwise known as Mark II, said to be of a Balcom Drive address in Kingston 11. A next man only known by his alias as Kwan, will come from Crescent Road. A next man only known by his alias as Badfowl, also of a Crescent Road address. A next man only known by his alias known as Brownman from Happy Grove in Red Hills, St. Andrew. A next man only known by his alias as Bertie, come from Balcom Drive. And last but most definitely not the least, a criminal element identified as Rasta, also from a Crescent Road address in the Kingston 11 area. Now these men are being urged to turn themselves in to the Hunts Bay police with immediate effect, and failure in doing so, Officer Yeman Pick and team will most definitely be deployed to sort after you. Yeah, man. Now media personality and businesswoman Yannick Curvy Diva Barrett has found herself in trouble. She was charged by the police with simple larceny, housebreaking, and malicious destruction of property. The police stated that the charges are stemming from an incident at a business establishment located along Dunrobin Avenue in St. Andrew in July of 2023. So reports coming out of the Half-a-Tree police station would suggest that sometime around 7:30 p.m. on that day, the owner had securely locked his establishment before leaving the premises. The owner stated that shortly after, Barrett, who previously had a business relationship with the owner, was allegedly observed on the property accompanied by a locksmith. It is said that upon being alerted, the owner returned to find the locks severed from his business place, furniture and other items missing and damage done to the building, and that's according to the police report. So following an investigation, Curvy Diva was formally charged on Thursday, December 5th with the charges that I stated above not too long ago. She's scheduled to appear in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Thursday, December 12th. So I guess the squad of them never lock her up. Them just call her in, lay charges, offer her some bail, and she go up on her merry way. If you go back a court, Thursday I come. We're going to see how that the one they work out with Curvy Diva. Yeah, man. Now over there in the St. Catherine North Police Division, the St. Catherine North Police is presently searching for a man who fled the scene of a crime, leaving this particular loaded M16 rifle behind in Rivoli, Spanish Town. So it is reported that sometime around 8:30 p.m. yesterday, that's Thursday, a police team was on patrol in the community when a man was seen carrying a bag. It is said that the police attempted to accost the man. The man dropped the bag and managed to elude the police. The bag was retrieved by the police and searched, and this American tactical M16 rifle affixed with a magazine containing 10 live 5.56 cartridges was found. The man still out there, run up and down. All no squad can't catch him. Usain Bolt was the order of the day. Yeah, man. But another decent spot of work still by the squad of them. Now over there in the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled Manchester Police Division, and me say it again, it sound a way for even refer to the cool, lush, green Manchester Parish in that fashion. But it is what it is. That is what Manchester has narrowed down to in recent times. So the Manchester Police stated that they have increased their presence on the streets of Mandeville and other major towns across the parish. The parish has seen an uptick in fatal knockings and clappings in recent months. So the commanding officer for Manchester Police, that's Deputy Superintendent Kerry Duncan, had this to say. Listen.
We have intensified our road policing activities. So our public other initiatives are well underway. So our phone centers, where we have majority of our persons gathering in Manchester, I would dare to say is fairly safe. We had an unfortunate incident on the 4th of October where we had persons fatally shot in the town. And since then, we have intensified our operational activities. As we go into our Yuletide season now, and we scale down our administrative duties, and more persons are now pushed on the road. What we are hoping to see that going forward through to the Yuletide season and beyond is our increased presence on the roadways to ensure the safety and security of the persons in Manchester. Definitely, I agree that some things will be scaled back going into the Yuletide season. However, what I can say to the residents of Manchester in general is that do not fear our power. Do not be afraid to come out, because what we are doing right now is we have increased our policing operational output in the parish, and in particular our town centers where we know the majority of the persons will be coming to do their business and to enjoy themselves. So I can say with a level of certainty that the parish will be safe for the Yuletide season and beyond. But obviously there are some measures that will be put in place for some areas to reprisals and counter reprisals going forward. Our High Command is very supportive and aware of what is happening in Manchester, and as such we had some external resources in the parish that came in and gave us tremendous support. And I dare to say that we have with us now other agencies on the ground. I can't speak too much on it, but we have been getting tremendous support. And also our JDF counterpart giving us tremendous support in the division. One of our major support also comes from our area 3 headquarters, where we have our fugitive operation team, which is very critical. We are doing also in Manchester.
Deputy Superintendent of Police Kerry Duncan, a really good PR personnel for the JCF. But one thing me make you know, say, you know, them boy that down in Manchester go make you shame. Watch and see where I go on. You see how you talk big and bold, and I say, boy, nobody now for fear. Because Superman is here, you put on your cape and you step out big, bad and brave. With excess troops, boots on the ground and all these things. So you claim to say you have the place covered, everything copacetic and nice, ready for greet the Yuletide season of Christmas. Well, as me tell you, them boy there in Manchester are gonna make you shame. It seems as if nobody never sent you the memo about the threats being made on the Porus police station in Porus, Manchester. I want to send him this, please. Screenshot it off of the recording here. And send it to the DSP because it look like him not know exactly what ought to take place. Because you can't take them criminal elements simply. You can't take them light either. When you see it for yourself on the screen, big and bold, the man them said them a go wet up Porus station. I mean, I feel like them a go just bring a buckle or a bucket of water go chew over there. A gunshot them boy they go spray. It might not happen right now when we feel say it go happen. But further down the line, when we think of peace and safety, we just might see some sudden destruction. Yeah, man. So Mr. Kerry Duncan, we really need to put some things into place. Feel like we need to go shake up a Redberry and Trinity real good before we can make certain utterances. Now the last thing that we are going to talk about is over there in the neighboring parish of St. Elizabeth, where the third person who was arrested in connection with the October 19th fatal knockings and clappings in Magati, St. Elizabeth has been charged. Now, Ackeem Lynch was charged with the fatal knockings and clappings of this 62-year-old businessman identified as Aggrey at Kingston, following an ID parade on Tuesday. 2 other men have already been charged in relation to his fatal knockings and clappings. They have since been identified as 35-year-old Sean Reed, otherwise known as Soji, and 30-year-old Romani Smile, otherwise known as Smile. Some people in the place may call him Little Smile. The men are scheduled to appear in court again on the 9th of December. So another decent spot of work right this again. By the squad of them. Yeah, man. So anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.